Stones and mossy monuments, weather-stained. Sit a while and watch the patterns of the puddles in the comes these days, I wonder more and more just where the lines are drawn in my private war. Water shimmers, eyes blur as I pray, while thoughts and images from the brigade. Across the evening sky, all the birds are leaving, but how can they know it's time for them to go? Before the winter fire, I will still be dreaming. I have no thought of time, for who knows where the time goes. Who knows where the time goes? Sad deserted shore, your fickle friends are leaving. Then you know it's time for them to go. But I will still be here. I have no thought of leaving. I do not count the time, for who knows where the time goes. Who knows where the time goes.
Hey, who's here? Look, it's Lamprecht and Elizabeth and Manuela, Lucia, Anatoly. Hello, hello. Thanks for stopping in. We got our sunshine going. I might even have to move out into the shade somewhere. I've got my shade hat. I've got some mushroom brew. It's back to mushroom. Nilu, hello. Elias. What a warm, full weather. It is. It feels like I'm starting to sweat in my britches. Maybe I need to take off my vest. It's past vest season even. I've got some bare feet. It's bare feet in the dirt season. I can even walk around naked in the morning when I go grab some firewood to put in the stove. I still do in the early part of the day. I'll still make a tiny little fire, but what are we at? By noon, there's no need anymore. But in the morning, it helps me be a little more active than I might be otherwise. So we're getting started with the day. Maybe many people have noticed there was the new single, Mirror Song, available for all and sundry to listen to in all those different kinds of places. Hope you have a chance to take a listen. I wanted to do a little story about that one. That's an old song, and from an even older story, and hopefully I'll get around to that. Look at this in our Buddha teas. We've got a little peace comes from within. Do not seek it without, according to Buddha tea. So I've gone on a little bit of a. I'm in danger of. I'm trying to grab the things here. I'm in danger of becoming a book addict again. I started reading in the evenings more regularly, and I had a bunch of books on my list, and it's I've been to Book Buyers Anonymous before, and I pretty much got off buying books, but I'm getting back on the train. One of the things that's fun is finding old books that I read when I was young. So this is one, and it's when you haven't seen something for a long time, but it affected you when you were a child. You have no idea what you're going to find when you come back. But this is The Seventh Solitude, Metaphysical Homelessness in Kierkegaard, Dostoevsky, and Nietzsche by Ralph Harper. Kind of a nice picture. The one that I found this, I think, in my school library. It was a hardcover, though. I remember it was a hardcover. And the funny thing, no one's going to see this. I could find the tapes sometime, maybe. Find the old tapes. But originally published 1965. I made a whole album that was based on the titles of these chapters. I don't remember. Or I think I did. I know I called the album The Seventh Solitude because I thought that was a good name for an album. This was long ago, and these recordings are never going to get out, I don't think. But I did have myself a little 4-track recorder that I paid for with money from my dental janitor job. I think I must have been 15 or 16. Maybe I was 16, 15. And I had a little hour every weekday for an hour. after in the evenings while the dentists were all gone, and I of course was a slightly naughty little boy, and um, what did I do at the dentist office? What do you do late at night in the dentist office? You get into the laughing gas. Oh, and play around with the photocopy machine too. Can't help but play around with the photocopy machine. But I the laughing gas. I think I don't know. I haven't tried that for a long time, but I pushed the edge. I actually kind of overdosed on laughing gas, and I think the smell of it just makes me sick. Or at one time it did. I don't know if I got over that. It's been a few decades since I've tried that. But it was a fun experiment at the time. Hopefully relatively harmless. What else? Yeah. Sometimes bring the party back to the dentist office. I mean, had to do some of these things a little bit. Hidden inwardness, excursion into chaos. The Great Noon, Journey from Paradise. I don't know. I'll have to go look at the cassettes and see what I actually got from this. I think the album was mostly like soundscapes. I was recording things backwards. Rolling of the Stones request. Thanks for the requests. I'm gonna have to get some more requests for a good one, so that I can know what to play a little bit later. When at the end, I didn't think of that. I thought of a few things, like I wanted to read. Okay, first, let's see. Look at this. This is what I'm gonna be doing today. We've got some hot foil stamp there, but no number, if you'll notice. I need to stamp the number, so I'm going to do some of that. And look at these. I made a bunch of these envelopes. These envelopes are from a little digital paper cutter, actually, that I've been playing with the last few years. It's pretty fun to design what you want to do, and it'll make these creases and cut it. And then, so that's how I make these little mini CD envelopes. So I've got these for a couple months, and just yesterday I picked up the print work for Moonlit Missive number 77 with March, based on a little so-called pageant from Christina Rossetti that we read last week. That was a little sneak what do they call that in movies? Foreshadowing. That was a little foreshadowing for the Moonlit Missive number 77. Budding moon of March 18th. We're already at, what are we, the 23rd? But I do plan to make a lot of progress on stitching these up today. And we're going to get those. I've got a new thing to avoid getting them smashed in the post. We hope. I talked to my friendly postal lady, and I think it has to do with where I'm dropping them off is the biggest thing. But I got some new heavier construction envelopes, and I'm putting little popsicle sticks in it also. Anyways, you got to try. So this is Dandy in the Underworld by Sebastian Horsley. Not the whole book is definitely not for the faint of heart. It's pretty crass, but it's entertaining as well. Let's see. So here he's like a young boy first moving out on his own. I set off for Edinburgh, a little uneasy about the future. Who wouldn't be? Sure, I didn't need to earn a living, but nor did I know who I was or what I wanted to do or why I wanted to do it or how I wouldn't do it. Without the courage of my confusions, I was left with both feet planted firmly in the air. I wasn't born in a slum, but I moved into one as soon as I could afford it. I moved in with my old friend Steve in a revolting little apartment. It was so small that when I closed the doorknob got into bed with me. The furniture consisted of 2 beds, as narrow as coffins, and a defeated old sofa. Whoever said that a man could swallow a toad every morning if he wishes to be sure of finding nothing still more disgusting before the day is over obviously hadn't stayed in our flat. In the afternoons, when we awoke, we would find heavenly constellations mapped across our carpet. They glittered and gleamed. They were made from the mucus trail of slugs. I had to wear my boots in bed so that, dipping a dainty toe floorward upon rising, I would not squelch upon one of those improper creatures. But deep down, I didn't care. Squalor is my natural setting. There were few men alive who would have had character enough to lead a life of such back-breaking indolence as we did. We started the day by going straight back to bed. But I was happy. Sleep to me has always been like death without the long-term commitment. I was a rank amateur by Steve's standards. I used to come home from college to find him still asleep at 5 p.m., the whole flat drowned in darkness. Even the Indian folklore demon Kumbhakarna, who spent his life asleep, must have occasionally got up to go to the lavatory. Steve retired at birth, but had fantasies of being a filmmaker. His genius for inactivity was excused on the grounds of money. He didn't have any. What he really enjoyed was talking endlessly about the films he was never going to produce. He wanted to be Andy Warhol, but rather than making a film called Sleep, he just slept. For some peculiar reason, he thought he was going to be discovered in bed. Of course, everything was a conspiracy, and ambition was a poor excuse for not having sense enough to be lazy. "What's wrong with dropping out?" he used to snap. To me, this is the whole point. My right to withdraw from a society that offers no spiritual or creative sustenance and to go back to bed. It's all right for you. You've got money. It's bad enough to suspect that you are loved for your wealth. To discover that you are despised for it is too much. As I watched him waddling back to bed, I realized that I couldn't argue with this line of attack. Dreams are the only luxury of the poor. We'll quit there in case we get into something more depraved later on. Oh, thanks for more requests. I'm still counting them down so that I can have my list, but I don't know what I did. I put my list somewhere. All right, we've got our channeling. I've got some other books I got for later that'll be fun. We might actually read from The Seventh Solitude sometime. It looks like it's probably a pretty interesting book. What about this? Couldn't help. Outlaw Ballads, Legends, and Lore. It's sort of like a little magazine, you know, but there's some sheet music. I could learn some of these songs, maybe. Choo Choo Train. Letters and Diaries of the Pre-Raphaelites. Oh, I bet there's good things in there. Okay, we'll say that. I haven't even looked at that one yet. And start our channeling of Edgar after a small dose of mushroom tea. How thunder echoing murmurs, pounding the lost mystery from some soul leaving broken, alone, between people that were cold faces crying. Right. Let's take a little jaunt here somewhere, because I'm getting a little warm to maybe dip my toes in the stream. I'm gonna take the temperature of the stream sometime because it still feels pretty cold. It should be. I mean, I think it's melting ice from up the hill somewhere. But yeah, so we've got our work cut out with our stitching and craft projects. Um, Nice to stop in and say hello. Oh, look at this grate. I'm gonna look at all these requests and think if I can play something. You really think it's 43 degrees? It's pretty cold. I'm guessing this is actually more like 37. But you know, I don't have a lot of. That would be interesting skill if you could know the temperature by touch. What I found was that once it got below a certain temperature, I couldn't tell the difference hardly. It was all just cold. Okay, on YouTube. Live subtitles. They're probably saying funny things. I'm trying to find this song. Okay, let's try it. If I only play a couple verses, that's okay too, right? Okay, I'm gonna try to get a little bit more done today than I did yesterday. But hopefully listen to the new song on whatever those places you like to listen to. That'd be fun. And I'm gonna think about making that video, not today. This is a really old song about a girl whose lover dies. She didn't like that. So she makes a spell to bring him back to life. Would you go to the rolling of the stones, the bouncing of the ball? Or would you go and see Viviani dancing among the wall? They had not danced a single dance, nor passing around. When the knife had come from the brother's side, he'd not a single song. And he's come wandering, a tablet in her arms, and she's made for her true love. There she began to charm. She charmed the fish all out of the sea, the birds out of their nest. She's charmed her true love out his grave, so he could no longer rest. Would you go of the stones, bouncing over the wall? Would you dance dancing among the wall? Catkins are coming down from things are falling from the trees all over. All right. Maybe I should jump in the stream here before I get to work. I think that will help me get a little bit more done. All right, I've still got my feet in the stream. They're getting pretty numb though. I'll take a temperature. Oh, sound is bad. You know, it's because I'm too far away. I'm gonna have to. I'm not gonna be able to come out here always to the river because the connection's way over there. So sorry about that. I'll remember for next time. Enjoy the day. Bye bye.